Howdy everyone, welcome back to Huckleberry Soaps. Today I'm going to be beginning another kind of mini series. I'm currently working in San Angelo, Texas, away from home in a hotel, and I'm living in a hotel, so I don't think they would appreciate me working with lye here, but I wanted to use this opportunity to try working with melt and pour a bit more, because I haven't really done much aside from that honeysuckle star soap that I did back in June. So I ordered a box of stuff from Brambleberry, and I'm going to do a quick unboxing, and then I will let you know what my first project is going to be. So I got a Brambleberry circle column mold, so I can make circles and stars now. So I'm excited about trying that out. It looks like it's actually a lot bigger than as far as like width than the star was. And then I got two different soaps to play around with, because one of them I got 3 blocks of each of the Brambleberry clear melt and pour. I have some of their white melt and pour, which I brought with me too, left over from that one project. But I also wanted to play around with some clear stuff, because I've always wanted to. And then I also got some of their aloe soap, which in the pictures it looked a whole lot more foggy than the pure clear one, but it actually looks like they're roughly the same now that I have them. I was kind of hoping to go for like a fully clear, and then kind of what's the fogged up, not foggy, frosted, yeah. First, I was hoping to go for totally clear soap in like one layer, and then kind of a frosted mid layer soap in the second one, and then with the white, then obviously a fully opaque version. But I guess they are, yeah, they're just as translucent as each other, so at least I'll be able to, I guess the upside is I'll see what their aloe melt and pour feels like and what the difference is there. So slightly disappointed, but also it's something to try out, so I can at least give a review of how that works. So today I will be doing a melt and pour soap with the Rain fragrance oil from Brambleberry. I got this when I was planning out the petrichor soap with my friend Artie, and he chose, I gave him a list of different rain oriented scents, and he said choose 2 of them just so we can see which one you like better, and he chose the After the Rain scent from Brambleberry, and this is the rain that comes before the After the Rain scent. I don't know if that was I don't know. This one, the scent itself is obviously very aquatic, but it's got some floral notes. I want to say something kind of lilac-y. It's very sweet. Yeah, it's very sweet, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it performs in the melt and pour. And I am going to do a layer. I've got Steelworks Gray by Micas and Neutral Gray from Nurture Soap. I'm gonna do I'm gonna put a little bit of the Steelworks Gray in the bottom layer, so it's still kind of clear, and then I'm going to put kind of make a more opaque layer with the neutral gray, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of the neutral gray to some white melt and pour and make a layer, kind of obviously cloudy rain themed. And that will be it for this one. I also have I'll get to the other ideas in the other videos. I also bought some botanicals off of Amazon to play with, but they're in my thing over there and my tote over there, and I don't want to interrupt the video to go get them. And I probably won't be using any for this soap, but I might use some for some others. I'm taking some time to go through all the different scents that I've got so I can kind of go through them and use them, because they're all open, so I got to use them, and I before I can buy more and experiment with more, I want to get through at least half of the ones that I got already. So without further ado, let us make some melt. So I'm going with the aloe clear melt and pour for this one because it seems to have a little bit cooler of a tone to it than the just plain clear one. And since I'm working with some grays, I think a cooler palette, a cooler edge to it would be a lot better. So I'm going to need about 167 grams of each, or per layer. So for the first layer, I'm just going to cut off I'm not going to cut them into chunks yet. I'm just measuring out to get. Okay, so this chunk, about 127 grams. $157, $182, $169. Just take a little bit off. $167, perfect. So I'll need 167 again. So 114, 148, 160, 168 is fine. 1 gram is not going to be the end of the world. So put this off to the side. And then for my white layer, I'm also going to need roughly 167. So I'm going to just... This is a lot more dense than the clear melt and pour. 1 cube is 128. $141, 156, $166. I'm actually just going to go ahead and put this tiny little bit of clear in there for that little extra gram, because it's not going to affect the color, hopefully, at all. But now that I have all of my melt and pour weighed out, I just need to weigh out my fragrance. With the help of Brambleberry's scent fragrance calculator, it says for a medium fragrance melt and pour I should do about 8.75 grams, but I think I am going to move that up to just 9 grams because so it's nice and even, for a nice and even number. No. 10 is okay. Ten is fine. And it's gonna make my knife smell nice and my cutting board, which I'm not planning on using this cutting board for anything other than soap, but it's like that was I guess I will wash it off later. It's not gonna. It smells good though. It definitely has a nice fragrance to it. So before we go anywhere, I'm going to go ahead and cut the nuts and pour down into chunks. That will facilitate easy melting for the wonderment and enjoyment of everyone. Hopefully. Well, I'm going to go ahead and begin the melting process. This is after 130-second run. It's actually almost fully melted. There's a few little chunks and films left, but which actually could be part related to the aloe. But I recommend if you want easily meltable melt and pour, this stuff is pretty good. So I got my first part of the melt and pour done. I'm not going to add my fragrance oil just yet because it is at 183, but I will go ahead and add some of this Steelworks Mica to get that all in. I don't know how much of this to use because this is a very small amount, and I do want some level of translucency, if that is the word. So we're going to go ahead and mix this up. I brought entirely the wrong whisk for this one. And I also just realized that my bottle of rubbing, my spray bottle of 99% rubbing alcohol that I thought I brought with me is actually not here. So this first batch is going to have bubbles, unfortunately. It's at 140 something. I'm going to see if I actually have... Nope, I did not bring a smaller whisk. I think for the purposes of what I'm wanting, that is enough color for this layer. Got at 160. I realize I might be confusing the whole the temperature to add fragrance oil with candle making, because I've watched a few candle making videos too. But I'll come back when the temperature is a little bit lower. Actually, while I'm waiting for this, I'm going to go ahead and get my next melt and pour thing cut. That is called using time wisely. And that way, if it happens to be ready, before I put it in the microwave, which it probably won't be. This microwave has a grate in it. Isn't that great? So I'm gonna okay, that's perfect. I'm gonna put a splash of that in there. I'm not sure how much it is, but there's a splash. I'm gonna incorporate it. And while I'm incorporating it, I am going to get that melting. That actually got rid of the bubbles. I'm happy about that. Now, I'm going to put this first layer in here. And I just realized I neglected to put an entire block of that soap in there. I hope I didn't just mess it up. So there we go for the first layer. It's all gray and ominous. And now I'm gonna pause and, well, not pause quite yet, but I'm gonna plop that in there and then pause. Okay, got it melted. I think I kind of got it close to 200, a little bit over 200 degrees, which I think you're not supposed to do, but it didn't. It kind of bubbled a little bit, but it's not boiling, and it's not like acting weird or anything. So I'm going to cool it down by adding some neutral gray mica. And I want this layer be a bit more saturated and opaque. Than the first layer, which I think I've accomplished with that. This is a lighter and more silvery gray than Steelworks. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. Move that out of the way, and then I'm gonna let that set up. This is currently 144. I'm gonna go ahead while that is cooling. Cut up the rest of the white. and put that in the microwave so it is ready. $150. Let that set up a little bit more. Go ahead and add my fragrance oil to this one. I'm going to get that started so it can also be in the cooling process. So let's see, top layer seems to have set up. So I'm going to very, very gently pour this. Nope, it fell through. Well, eyes. I am totally not opposed to this being kind of a swirl. But I do think in the future I need to work a little bit slower. My solid melt and pour, my white is almost done, which on one hand is good and one hand is not, because I probably should have waited. So I'm going to put that in there. See, I think Mica works better in the clear. Melts and pours better than it does. I want a little bit more. It's at 106, so I'm going to go ahead and dump the rest of this fragrance oil in. Get that mixed up. Let's see. It's still, I poured it. It said it was like 115, but now it says it is in fact 122. Note to self, do not have the whisk in there, Winger. So I'm going to pause the video recording and come back when it's closer to the time. Okay, I've taken some time to begin the cleaning process of other things. So now I'm going to pour this because it looks like there's a good layer on top. I'm gonna get rid of the film on here. Put my whisk over there, and let's try this again. So perfect. And now, I just gotta let that sit for a few hours to fully set up. And then I will cut it after I get back from work today. So I will see you then. Okay, so I'm off work and here is my soap. So gonna break the seal and out it comes. I do like how the layers turned out so far. I definitely could have used more than just 500 grams, but that's okay. I'm doing melt and pour for the experience. Let's see, so I'm gonna cut it. Huh. That is not what I was expecting at all, but it's pretty cool. I like it. It smells really good too. I actually really like, I don't think you can see it real well with how the light is set up, but there's a layer of clear right at the bottom, and then you get all the swirly clouds, and then you get the fluffy white tops of the clouds, I guess. I have a friend who is very into meteorology who, if I send this video to him, he's probably going to be, well, actually. And I did get some push through from the white layer, it looks like. It looks like it sank to the bottom a little bit. Oh, wow. I don't think you can see it real well, but it looks like a 3D cloud right there. Well, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but it's what I got, and I am pretty happy with it. So I am going to try this design again, and I actually think I want this to happen in every bar. Just look how swirly that is, and how it just did. Yeah, that was entirely unintentional, but I really like it a lot. Now, I do kind of want it to be a full soap bar, but I really like how this turned out. So let's do it again. So I'm gonna try and do a swirly type thing for my next soap. But this is what I was going for, which is honestly 100% boring compared to what I got. So actually, now it looks okay. I think I'll try for that again, but I really like just how that turned out. Thanks for joining me for another video from Huckleberry Soaps. I want to give you a better look at that little 3D effect that I was trying to get to you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my mistake as much as I enjoyed my mistake. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, because this wasn't a commission. This is just me playing around with Melted Pour to get better at doing it. So if I do get more commissions from it, I do really like how I was able to get the initial video done in roughly 10 minutes. I mean, the entire video, I only paused for brief periods, which you didn't even see because I edited out the breaks. But it's really easy to do. I could have probably gotten 2 melt and pour projects done before I went to work if I wasn't planning on using the same mold, which I only brought one of because I'm not bringing my entire soap making setup with me for this. But I can see why people really like working with melt and pour, and I definitely want to work with it more in the future. I might come up with some melt and pour designs to sell in my shop as well once I get that going. I would, if anyone wants to commission melt and pour soap from me, let me know. I am totally up for learning more about it, learning more how to do it. I did not cut that very well, and it is something that I can send right away because it doesn't require any curing or drying out. It just requires setting up for a few hours, which most of the time for me will probably mean also overnight. And then depending on my day off, actually I'll probably get them out on, actually no, I work evenings. I can go out to the post office during the day anytime while I'm here. Normally I would have to wait until Friday to send things out because that's my normal day off. Anyway. So I'm rambling, and I want to do more of this hopefully tonight. Maybe I might wait till tomorrow, but I'm really excited about it, about working with it more. So if you like the video, please give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you want to see more from me, just side projects and other things, so head over to my Instagram and TikTok at Huckleberry Soaps, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.